service, or idea is usually obvious, bias can be more easily identified. In newscasts, journal articles, and website information, we expect ideas to be neutral. However, bias is often still present. Pay attention to these markers when examining texts for bias. Is the language in a text meant to appeal to your emotions? We didn't have bottled water before huge companies began to flog it. The verb flog means to sell aggressively. The adjective huge emphasizes the power of corporations as opposed to the individual. Both conjure negative connotations, which elicit negative emotional responses. When examining bias, notice not only what has been included, but more importantly, what is missing. This perspective is from someone whose community has access to clean water. But what about the millions of people around the world, and even in our own country, who must drink bottled water? Asking the question, what's wrong with the water from the tap, generalizes that all tap water is safe for drinking. Stating that all informed people agree, stereotypes and divides the listeners or readers into two groups: those who agree with the speaker and those who disagree, leaving no middle ground in the debate. With our varied preferences and experiences, we all bring our own biases to situations. By realizing this and thinking critically about what is presented and the biases within texts, you will obtain an accurate, more balanced understanding of important issues.
Alright, so based on that video, is there anyone that can tell me something new that they learned regarding what they already knew about bias? We can use the example that he gave as an example. Or you can give me something, just one person I need for. It only tells one side of the story. Do we agree, class? We don't agree? We agree? Okay. Can I have a reader for this slide? Please come closer. Go ahead.
Aloe vera is an important plant. Why? Whether it provides rapid soothing of burns, cuts, scrapes, and skin irritation, it also assists in healthy digestion. Aloe vera has natural. Aloe vera has natural detoxifying abilities. Drinking aloe vera juice made from the gel and mixed with the rind of leaf will improve bowel regulation and increase protein absorption. Aloe vera has also been shown to help in the smoothing heartburn and other types of digestive problems. I personally believe that aloe vera juice should be a part of your daily diet.
So let's say that you heard that while you were listening to the radio from an officer from the Department of Health. How would that make you feel? Are you convinced that aloe vera is good for you? You're convinced because why? He gave what? Very good points, valid reasoning, right? Now let's say add something new to the equation, right? This paragraph seems to offer good information at first, but would you be more skeptical if you learned that the speaker grows the aloe vera plant commercially and bottles and sells juice made from the gel and leaves? Would that change your opinion if you found out that he grows aloe vera commercially and sells? It wouldn't change that. You wouldn't feel as though the way that he gave the information was just trying to get you to purchase the aloe vera juices that he makes.
I would think that, but it's still illustration.
Would it make you a tad bit skeptical regarding if you should believe him or not? Is there
like a person that tried to do
no, we're not going to add any new information to the scenario. We're just saying that if somebody was on the radio and they gave that information at first, that big, nice, long after you saying, telling your friends, oh, aloe vera is a good plant. And then you find out that that person grows it commercially and they sell that juice that they were trying to promote. Would it make you a tad? It would sound a bit biased, right? Because it would sound as though he's trying to what? Swing you and get you to what?
Right.
Buy it, right? So our objectives for this lesson today. By the end of the lesson, students should be able to 1. Define bias in their own words. 2. Identify bias in the worksheet examples. And 3. Debate on the provided topic from an assigned standpoint using their understanding of bias effectively. Now, what is bias? Can I have a reader for my what is bias?
Five.
Yeah, I want somebody else to read. Brianna, read it for me, please.
Bias is a I can't explain that there.
You can change the color, because I can't see it.
The color can't change.
Bias is a subjective way of thinking that tells only one side of the story. It occurs when someone deliberately or unintentionally influences you by presenting a slanted view of information or by presenting an emotional appeal. The result is that sometimes inaccurate information is presented or a false impression is created.
Alright, so we're going to fill in the blanks that are on our paper regarding using the words that we see are missing. So as I said, bias is a subjective way of thinking that tells only one side of the story. How many sides of the story does bias tell? One. And why would it be biased since you're only telling one side of the story?
What about the other side?
Correct. What about the other side of the story?
I guess it is.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
So with the picture that I added to this presentation, now this clearly shows that only one side is being more covered than the other side. One side has 6 balls, one side has 1 ball.
Excuse me, I can't see. Come over then, if you can't see. If you can't see. You can come sit right here, you know.
Alright, now for my next slide, I need about 5 readers. I'm going to go through this very quickly. So why do people present biased information? I'll read the first. They are relying on incomplete information.
They're trying to deceive other people.
They want to believe what they are saying.
They also experience or influence their thinking.
They are trying to persuade others.
Good. So fill in the blanks based on what you see.
Yeah. Oh.
Now, as you can see, there are many reasons why people present biased information. Of course, we would never know which reason for sure it might be.
Work along with somebody, that's when you come late. Just work along with whoever next to you.
We may never know and be able to pinpoint exactly what